Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to take a deeper look at one of the most pressing issues making headlines across the globe, the recent warning by an Iranian general that another war with Israel is inevitable. Instead of just giving you the news in a straightforward way, we will review the situation as though we are evaluating a product. We will look at the exterior, the interior, the performance, the safety features, the unique selling points, the price, and finally, we will conclude with what this means for the future. When we first examine the exterior, what we see on the surface is a region brimming with tension. Iran has been making bold public statements and reinforcing its position through displays of strength. Israel, on the other hand, continues to respond with its own shows of force, military readiness, and high-profile exercises. These moves are not just for their people but also for the international community watching closely. The exterior image is one of strength and power, but also one of danger, as two determined players stand face to face, unwilling to step back. The borderlines, the military drills, the rhetoric in speeches, all of these form the visible frame that the world sees. This is the exterior, powerful, sharp, intimidating, and signaling that both sides are ready if necessary. Inside, however, things are more fragile than they appear. Both Iran and Israel face significant domestic challenges. Iran is under heavy economic sanctions, and its people are struggling with inflation, unemployment, and a lack of global trade opportunities. Israel too has internal divisions, ranging from political disputes to social protests. The leaders of both nations are not just looking outward, but also inward, considering how their citizens will react to prolonged conflict. When the general in Iran speaks of war being inevitable, it may sound confident, but inside, the reality is that leaders weigh the heavy toll it would bring. The interior is compact, tense, and delicate, like a cabin where too much pressure could cause cracks to appear. It is not as polished or confident as the outside. Moving on to performance, both nations are highly capable of sustaining military action. Israel has long been known for its advanced technology, precision weapons, and a military that is trained and ready at all times. Its performance has been tested in previous wars and smaller conflicts, and each time, it has proven that it can respond quickly and effectively. Iran, while not possessing the same level of technological advancement, has developed a strategy built around endurance and influence. Its missile program, drone capabilities, and reliance on proxy groups across the Middle East give it a different type of performance edge. Instead of fighting directly all the time, it spreads its reach through partners in Lebanon, Syria, Yemen, and beyond. Both sides have different approaches, but their performance is strong, and that is what makes the threat of war so serious. This is not a one-sided situation, both players can deliver powerfully on the battlefield. When we think about safety features, we look at what mechanisms are in place to prevent disaster. In this case, those features exist, but they are limited. International diplomacy acts like an airbag, trying to soften the blow of an accident. Organizations such as the United Nations, as well as global powers like the United States, Russia, and the European Union, all try to step in and de-escalate tensions when things heat up. Back-channel negotiations and temporary truces act as seatbelts, holding the situation together just enough to avoid collapse. But the reality is that these safety features are not foolproof. If both nations speed toward conflict, the airbags may not deploy in time, and the seatbelts may not be strong enough to stop the crash. That is why the warning of war being inevitable sounds so frightening, because it suggests that the available safety measures might not be enough to stop what is coming. The unique selling points of each nation also define how this confrontation could play out. For Israel, its Iron Dome missile defense system stands out as one of the most impressive technological shields in the world. Combined with American support, both financial and military, Israel has a unique edge that many nations cannot match. Its air force, intelligence capabilities, and cyber defense also give it a strong advantage. For Iran, the unique selling points lie in its reach across the region. Through groups such as Hezbollah, the Houthis, and various militias, Iran can open multiple fronts against Israel and its allies. This ability to stretch the battlefield makes it unpredictable and dangerous. It means that a war would not simply be fought between two nations, but could easily spread across the Middle East, pulling in Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, and possibly even the Gulf states. These unique features make both nations formidable in very different ways. Now comes the discussion of price. Unlike a car or a product, the price here is measured not in dollars alone but in human lives, broken infrastructure, and devastated communities. The cost of another war between Iran and Israel would be staggering. Economies would collapse, millions could be displaced, and the loss of life would be devastating. For Israel, the price would include damage to its cities, heavy military spending, and the trauma of conflict on its people. For Iran, already struggling under sanctions, the price would mean even deeper economic hardship, more isolation from the world, and countless lives lost. And the region as a whole would pay too. Oil markets would be disrupted, neighboring nations would face instability, and the humanitarian toll would echo for generations. This is the true price of war, and it is why the general's warning feels less like a prediction and more like a threat to everyone involved. In conclusion, the warning from the Iranian general that another war with Israel is inevitable cannot be taken lightly. From the exterior show of power to the fragile interior pressures, from the performance capabilities of both militaries to the limited safety features provided by diplomacy, the picture is clear. The unique selling points of each side make them formidable opponents, but the price of such a war would be catastrophic. It is a situation where both sides may believe they are prepared, yet the entire region and the global community would pay the cost. Whether this war is truly inevitable or whether diplomacy can still prevent it remains uncertain. What is certain is that the stakes are incredibly high, and the world is watching closely. That wraps up our detailed breakdown of this critical issue. If you found this review-style explanation helpful, make sure to like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into global events. Your support helps us continue to bring clear and thoughtful analysis on the stories that matter most.